Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out in the orchard and I am standing next to our multi-grafted apple tree. This one I have added to in different videos in the past, showing different apple varieties I've put on here. And this year it looks like a lot of them are in bloom. So I really wanted to get out here and show you that even in the blooms, even in the way the flowers look, you can see differences between these varieties. Super excited to see so many of them in bloom this year. And just thought I'd take you guys with me and check it out. So majority of the tree, especially the stuff I couldn't easily reach to graft, is Westfield Seek No Further apple. These are very white once opened. They do have some amount of pink before they open, but by the time they've opened, it's just fully gone. So anything we find that is open and not white will be distinctly a graft. So starting right in on some I know I grafted in a previous video, we've got two grafts here that both took. These are both Wittig pippin. And they haven't quite opened yet, but they look like they're going to have a little bit of pink left. And the vanilla pippin behind it, and the one over here as well. Both of those have flowers that have opened. You can see there's definitely some pink left in those blooms. And it is just absolutely loaded. Both of these varieties are just covered in blooms. And next we've got this one here that's trying to grow into where the pippins are. This is Hudson's Golden Gem. It's got quite a good branch to it, taking quite a bit of space here and here as well. So looking forward to trying that again. I was able to have it 2 years ago, I believe. Next up, we've got some blooms on these. These seem pretty twiggy, so I don't know that I'm going to let much fruit go on these. Maybe I'll just allow one of the two to have fruit, but this is Vanderveer. So I don't know if I'm saying that right. It must be a tip bearer, because each one of these tips has blooms on it and nothing along the way. So working our way up from Vanderveer, we've got next Wine Kissed. Extremely beautiful pink flowers here, and up here as well we've got two of those grafts on there, so should be able to hopefully try that one this year. And coming over here next, we've got Ashmead's Kernel, which I have gotten to try before. Just have the one graft coming out here from that, and it's got quite a few blooms as well. It'll be fun to try that one again. That was delicious. Coming out here, can't remember what this variety was. I believe it was a pippin. I'll put that on here if I remember, and I'll do that for each of these if I forget them. But it is just loaded with these blooms, and again has some of that pink and white, but more of a whitish color. Then down here we've got Pink Parfait, and these are quite pink. Very flush with pink all the way over, which isn't super common. It seems like a lot of these have pink splotches, but it's not a pink that goes across the whole petal. So pretty cool to see those. And then down a little further, we've got Wine Crisp, which has some flowers here, and don't have those open yet, so I can't say what color they are. Up next, we've got Bloody Plowman. That one's got an interesting story behind it. But that one has just a single bloom. I believe this is Dorset Golden here. It's got some blooms on it. And then our Zestar here also has blooms on it. A little hard to see with how high up it is. So coming down from there, we've got another one I know I can't pronounce, but it's got blooms as well. And you don't have to be able to pronounce it in order to taste it. Got another one of the Bloody Plowman right here that has another bloom at the tip. And then down here I've got some Golden Russet, just one here, but then this one has grown pretty extensively, pretty spindly as well, but it's got some blooms on the tips. Coming over here we've got Winucci. These are quite covered as well. These ones are fairly similar to the main tree, just a little bit of pink to these. And coming up here we've got Lady Williams. Those haven't opened quite yet. And over here we've got Cherry Crush, which haven't opened quite yet there, but here they seem to have opened. They're fairly pink. I believe that's what this is as well. And coming over here we've got Discovery. This one doesn't have any, but this one has two spots with blooms on it. And over here we've got Waltana, so that would be this limb here. Some of them haven't opened yet, but these ones on the tip have. And here's a beauty up here. We've got a Pendragon up here. Very, very pink on these. That can correspond as well to the flesh on the inside of the apple. So that'll be exciting to see if that happens. Down here we've got a Carolina Red June. I've tried these before in a previous video. These were the quickest I've ever had to bear after grafting. So really cool to see that. You should check that out if you want to. It's in the description of this video. You can see a link for it there. And unfortunately I don't remember what I grafted on the tips here. But definitely got a lot of blooms here. Be able to try those. Another one I've tasted before. This is the November Peach. So quite a few blooms on here. Back in here, I believe this was King David. I haven't got to try that yet. We had one start to form and we didn't get to it in time. I think it got overripe. Weren't able to taste it, but hopefully this year we can get to it. Though with it hanging down this low, it might be at risk of the chickens. And then over here we've got Wolf River and quite a few blooms along that length down here. Cool to see yet another one. Well, I'm sure I've missed a few different varieties in here this year, but we're super excited to see what kind of fruit we get out of these. Hopefully I can take you along for at least a few of these and let you know how they turn out. It is hard to keep track of them when you do it like this because they all tend to ripen at different times, and you kind of got to keep track of that, keep an eye on everything. And of course our chickens like to eat it if it touches the ground. So I've got some competition in that department. If you want to see how to make your own multi-grafted apple tree, be sure and check out this video next. Or if you want to see any of the other videos I've got on pruning and grafting, see the whole playlist here. Thanks for watching.